Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Fun and Interesting Facts. Did you know that there are only 2 countries in the world that use purple on their flags? Why is GPS free? And what's the truth behind those photos of squirrels landing like superheroes? The neglected colors. Everyone knows that the national flag is the official flag and symbol of a country, but not everyone knows that red is the most common color on national flags, appearing on 148 out of 192 flags of the world's sovereign nations. It is followed by white with 140, blue with 102, yellow with 89, green with 87, and black with 59. Pink and purple are the 2 most neglected colors. Pink appears on the flags of Spain and Mexico only, while purple appears on the flags of Dominica and Nicaragua only. To explain this preference, some argue that red symbolizes the blood of soldiers who have fallen for their homeland in most countries. Therefore, red is a symbol of the courage, bravery, and sacrifice of soldiers, and it carries a very sacred meaning. In contrast, pink is essentially a diluted red, a paler shade of red, and it often reminds people of weakness. Imagine no leader would want the people to look up at a flag that embodies weakness. Purple is different. The reason it is neglected is not because it is a color of weakness, but because of its rarity and difficulty in production. If you pay attention, most national flags have a long history, or are at least designed based on flags with a long history. In ancient times, when dyeing technology was not yet developed, it was either impossible or very expensive to create different colors with different shades, and purple was such a color. According to information compiled from SmithsonianMag.com, in ancient Rome, to create purple dye for one garment, thousands or even tens of thousands of murex snails had to be caught from a specific species that only lived in the Mediterranean and boiled for days. This process was described as extremely smelly. As a result, before the 19th century, a pound of purple dye was even more expensive than a pound of gold. Yes, you heard that right, gold. This made purple the color of luxury, and in fact, it was only used by kings, queens, and nobles. On the other hand, the national flag is a more common symbol, often seen everywhere in the country. The colors on the flag need to be cheap and easy to produce, which purple was not at the time. The high cost, coupled with the fact that purple is not a durable or fade-resistant color, made it difficult for flag designers in most countries to consider using it. Still related to cost, white, red, and black are the 3 most durable and inexpensive colors to produce, so this is probably one of the reasons why this trio is quite popular among flag designers, with 30 flags featuring the combination of white, red, and black. The Global Positioning System, GPS, is a satellite-based radio navigation system owned and operated by the United States government. This means that the US government has the sole authority to decide who can or cannot use GPS, or to charge for its use by any organization or individual. However, as we all know, GPS is completely free to anyone, anywhere in the world. This is a generous act by the US government, costing them a hefty $1.71 billion. Many Americans do not like this generosity of the government simply because 100% of the cost of developing, operating, maintaining, and modernizing the GPS system is funded by the budget, which comes from taxing the American people. Speaking of GPS, did you know that you don't need the internet for GPS to work? If you turn off Wi-Fi and mobile data and then can't use the map app, it means you need the internet to download map data to your phone, not to use GPS. Your location data in this case will be sent from the GPS satellites to the GPS antennas located somewhere in your phone. However, due to size and battery limitations, the GPS reception of phones will be significantly weaker than that of handheld GPS receivers. For this reason, having an internet connection will help you locate your position more quickly and accurately. If you're a fan of superhero movies, you're probably familiar with the cool-looking landings that are collectively known as superhero landings. They may look cool, But even a superhero like Deadpool admits that these landings are very bad for your knees and not at all realistic. They only make the character who performs the landing look cool and powerful. The correct landing position for a normal person is simply to land on the feet, bending the knees and hips to absorb the impact on the body. Going back to the superhero landing, there is a viral photo on the internet with the caption, "When a squirrel lands from high up, it strikes a pose like the superheroes on the screen." Although quite popular, I'm sorry to report that such photos are false. It should be emphasized that the photos you find with the keyword "squirrel superhero landing" are mostly real. They are real photos, taken of real squirrels in that pose, but the captions that go with the photos are not true. In reality, a squirrel would land like this. In this picture, the movement the squirrel is making is not a landing move at all, but simply scratching an itch. In fact, you can easily see that the leg it's scratching very quickly has been blurred in the photo due to the camera's shutter speed not being adjusted to the highest level. The photographer was very subtle in choosing the angle of the shot, just as the person who posted the photos was very clever in convincing netizens that the squirrels were clearly landing like superheroes. There are two lessons you can immediately learn after watching this video. Fake news can be very convincing, and don't trust 100% of everything you see on the internet, including me. Haha, right. I hope I've just provided you with some interesting knowledge. What fact did you find most impressive? Leave a comment below. If you found this video interesting, please like, subscribe, and click the bell so you don't miss the next videos. For now, goodbye, and see you next time.